Hey guys, it's Melanie at The Skin Deep. Make sure to check out all of our versions of the and card game to explore every kind of relationship at home. Check it out at theskindeep.com/shop.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
I might cry. I'm crying.
You're crying asking the question? Jesus, help us.
I'm thinking about it. Shut up. I'm emotional. I get it from my mom.
I'm not judging you. Crying is a superpower. Not everyone can do it.
What was the hardest thing for you when I had cancer?
For me, the hardest thing when you had cancer, it wasn't thinking about losing you and being an only child. Because for me, that wasn't an option. It just wasn't going to happen, even when they said it might. For me, the hardest part was not being able to be there 24 hours and having to be at school and studying and wearing all these different hats that I wear, and working to have money to help out at home, because I didn't want to be anywhere else. I wanted to be next to you. I wanted to put my entire life on pause because, I mean, you had to. You stopped going to school, you stopped doing everything. I didn't understand why the world could not understand that I also had to put my life on hold, so.
I tell people all the time, well, nowadays, the people that will listen, that personally, as someone that has seen a lot of sickness and has been very sick, that it is more painful to watch someone you love go through something like that than to experience it yourself. 1,000 times more painful. Because like I remember at that time a couple years back where Mom kept getting really sick, and with like her blood pressure would just like shoot down out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And there was one time like we had to rush her to the ER.
Yeah.
And it was like me and Dad with her in the car on the way over and everything, and I was in the back seat with her, like holding a bucket for her and her hair. Like she's practically passing out, she's puking everywhere,
right.
And we don't know what's wrong, her temperature's way up. And I remember feeling in that moment more frightened and in more pain than I ever felt, ever.
Right.
And that was way after cancer, so I'd already experienced all that.
Right.
So I get it. I'm sorry you had to go through it too.
You don't have to say sorry.
It still sucks.
I don't think you chose cancer.
Do you need it?
Thank you. What quality trait of mine do you wish you had, and why?
Your bravery. Because, as you know, I struggle a lot with like when I know something needs to be done or conversations need to be had or like steps need to be made to move forward or anything like that. I have a lot of self-doubt and trouble, and you know that, for a variety of reasons. And like I've always looked up to you in that, like no matter what you're going through, you're always able to like put on a brave face and like still put in your best and always like do what needed to be done. Like even if you didn't want to, even if you were scared to or anything like that. Bravery is not about the absence of fear, it's about getting past it. And you were always so good at that. And I just feel like I wish I could do that.
It's good to know.
Oh, okay. When did you know I was going to beat cancer? Which should be interesting because you say you believe that I was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't think that there was one moment. It's just that not beating cancer wasn't an option except for that one night. Like, it just wasn't a viable thing that could actually happen.
Why not?
Because we had too much faith. I don't know. I mean, I know that there are people that have faith and lose people, but I just kind of felt in my spirit that you weren't going to be one of those. Like, I watched people, friends you made, pass away. I watched a lot of other kids with cancer die. And to me, I don't know if it was your joy, your resilience, our family unit. I just kind of, I knew that you weren't going to die. And I never allowed myself to believe that you could, even when they said you would. So, and maybe it was a coping mechanism, but it worked out pretty well for me. So.
Wow, you're lucky that I'm bloody resilient.
I told you.
What do you think was the hardest thing for me when I had cancer?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't know. I've never asked you that question before. If I had to guess.
Actually, we don't really talk about that too much.
No, I don't think we've ever talked about that. I don't know, was it the lack of control? Like, you really couldn't do anything. You just had to lay there and let poison be injected into your veins and radiated onto your neck and just kind of hope that it killed all the bad before it killed all the good.
Like your description.
Thanks, I tried.
Well, are you asking me? Do you want to know?
Yeah, it's like a question back at you. That would be my guess.
So yeah, that part sucked. I opened up my notes, and in my notes there's a whole bunch of crap from like random inspirations or things that I want to remember. And I started writing myself a little article entitled, Cancer Sucks, but not for the reasons you think.
I like that. I would click on that. It's good clickbait.
And one of the things that I put down that I've been thinking about lately was that how just my life wasn't mine really anymore. Like, I became, like, for the doctors, my life was like their experiment. Like, let's see what we can do to get this taken care of as quickly as we can. And if we give her this medicine, will it work? No, let's try a different thing, that kind of thing. Like, I was a specimen for them. And then, like, for family and friends, it was like I was suddenly this cause to get behind. Like, we have to do everything to make sure she's comfortable or whatever. But no one really asked me. Like, no one actually had conversations with me during the entire time. It was more like my whole life has become like something that everyone else rallied for. And I didn't really have a choice in what to do with it anymore. Anything that I do or like did became like an after effect, like, well, you survived cancer, why would you do that and just throw away this opportunity that's been given to you,
right,
or something of the sort. I felt like if I was gone, it would just break you guys. Because throughout the entire time, like, no matter what happened or what I did, I just had to kind of act like that positive force among us. And I didn't mind doing that. I like doing that. You know, that's just who I am. But, like, what if I wasn't there for that anymore?
Right.
What if there was no more Jeannette to rally behind and give you guys a purpose of, like, to move forward? And then in the future, when I didn't have cancer, it's like, what if whatever I'm doing, like, totally ruins, like, everyone's thoughts of me, or like their plans for me, or their ambitions for me? Like, suddenly they fought for me so hard when I had cancer. Am I gonna make them regret it?
Right.
And that sucked. I tangented.
What do you think the hardest time for me was watching you have cancer?
Was it that time I went to the ER because I couldn't stop puking, and like it was making it hard for me to breathe?
Yeah. That was the only time, the entire time you had cancer, that because most of the time I was just, like, what the doctor said meant nothing to me. I was just like, she's gonna live. She's gonna fight through this. It's just, she's gonna be the miracle. But that one day when you got so close to not breathing was the only time where I can really say I thought that I might lose you. It was the only moment. And that was terrifying.
Were you there that night?
Of course I was. I'll never forget it. Yeah. I mean, maybe there were other moments when I wasn't home, which was the hard part, when I had to be away at school, where maybe you got closer some other nights. That was the night I was there. And then it's just like the funny thing about how like painful memories can somehow be so intertwined with things that are kind of funny looking back. Because another thing I remember from that night was when the ambulance came in and the freaking guys didn't want to go into the bedroom to get you because they were scared of a dog that's this size. This size. I was like, yo, I don't care if we have a pit bull. Like, you need to get my sister into your ambulance.
To be fair, he was kind of vicious sometimes. You know, like he was mean for a pint-sized thing.
Son.
He loved me and he was just protecting me. He didn't know what those big men were coming in.
I was so angry. He was like, can you? I'm like, can you forget about the dog? My sister is dying.
I just remember that came down. He was pissed off. Like he was like, fine, I'll do it myself. Like he was so mad.
That's crazy.
I don't remember too much about that night. I don't remember the transition to like me being like, yes, please call the ambulance. But I remember like in the ER, like me continuously telling them, like, and me throwing up over and over again, like there's something there, there's something stuck there, I can't really breathe. And it was just like, because it's here. Yeah. Oh, okay. What is the pain in me you wish you could heal?
Say it again.
What is the pain in me you wish you could heal?
I wish that I could heal the part of you that believes that something is wrong with you. I wish I could take that away.
Sorry. Yeah, that part sucks.
You want me to go to the next question?
Sorry?
You want me to go to the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Hey guys, it's Melanie from The Skin Deep. Thank you so much for watching. I'm currently on the set of The End, and if you want to support our videos and help us make more, please check out our link on Patreon. And if you want to watch more videos, check it out below. Thanks.